Well, hi there, Mousketeers. Welcome to the Disneyland Beat, where our toes tap to a Disneyland drum and we always whistle while we work.
I know you thrill seekers out there are always looking for the fastest ride you can ride, and certainly large amusement parks nearby Disneyland like Knott's Berry Farm and Magic Mountain have huge coasters in ample supply.
But Disney has a fair share of thrill rides too, although many of them don't actually go that fast.
Disney Imagineers are experts who are tricking your mind into thinking rides are more physically thrilling than they often are when you look at the statistics.
The expert theming and use of technology is unsurpassed in the theme park industry, and you will be surprised to find out how fast many of your favorite rides are actually going.
Let's take a look at the top speeds at Disneyland.
Hey folks, welcome back. Before we get started, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss a single Disney beat. Now, let's get rolling. 14 miles per hour.
We start this list at a mere max speed of 14 miles per hour. The Indiana Jones Adventure Temple of the Forbidden Eye only tops out at 14 miles per hour, although its many dips and sharp turns, stops and starts can make it feel as if you were going much faster at times.
As you make your way around the 3 levels of the temple, the car seems to go particularly fast when it dips to a new level. The fastest of which is probably the final drop, underneath the rolling boulder. Imagineer Tony Baxter, inspired by a car wash, designed the walls of the boulder room to move, so even though you are standing practically still at that point, it seems you are moving really fast. 20 miles per hour.
Gadget's Go Coaster is a Vekoma Jr. roller coaster that reaches speeds of 20 miles per hour in Toontown as it makes its quick circuit. This is actually a super fun little coaster and worth a ride if there really isn't a line.
We are no stranger to the Disney afternoon, and it's cool that with Disney Plus, younger generations might get some exposure to this show and character. And we thought Gadget Hack Wrench was a great character and a very clever mouse.
And this coaster is well themed and super cute, even if it's over in 40 seconds, earning the rank of the shortest ride in Disneyland.
Well, that said, when I daydream about Toontown, it usually includes retheming this coaster to the new DuckTales and extending its track to go all the way around Toontown.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. 27 miles per hour.
Stepping it up to 27 miles per hour, we start to get some drops and thrills that are at another level. Each park has an offering at this speed. In Disney's California Adventure, there's Goofy's Sky School, and in Disneyland, there's the Matterhorn bobsleds.
While these two coasters go about the same speed at times, they could not be more different.
Yes, the Matterhorn bobsleds are a one-of-a-kind original coaster. While the rails have been refurbished, the original curves and tracks were calculated and bent by hand. The coaster has no major drop, but rather builds to a speed of 27 miles per hour as it winds around the mountain tunnels before it splashes down into the bottom pools.
It keeps you guessing, and it offers very interesting views. The bottom pools are actually designed to slow down and cool off the coaster. And did you know the Tomorrowland sidetrack is a bit faster and shorter? And of course, there is Harold.
Goofy's Sky School, which actually opened as Mulholland Falls, is very fun. Super fun, in fact. The top curves are designed to make you feel like your car is going to go flying off the tracks, and then it delivers a pretty good drop. Again, as long as there is no line, it's a great time, especially during World of Color.
It's a Wild Mouse-style coaster, and these have been found for the last 50 years or so in amusement parks all over the world, in the exact same configuration as Goofy's Sky School. And there is only so much you can do to theme an off-the-shelf Wild Mouse. So fun, yes. Particularly unique and special, not so much. 35 miles per hour.
Okay, now we're stepping it up, getting some speed, burning the rubber, blazing fast, going, gone.
The two roller coasters brought to both Disneyland and Walt Disney World in the late 70s combined thrills and theming to create some of the finest theme park attractions in the world.
Space Mountain came to Disneyland first in 1977, and it boasts a lot of firsts. It was the first roller coaster to be controlled by a computer, and along with Big Thunder, it was the first coaster to be designed with a computer. It's also the first fully enclosed coaster.
We really love Disneyland's version of Space Mountain. The mountain is not as tall as Walt Disney World, but that was a choice made to prevent the mountain from towering over the park and the castle. It's even dug into the ground some. But it's the cars that make the difference. It's the track vehicles. It has side-by-side seating, and it has built-in speakers in the cars, allowing the soundtrack to really play a vital role in the experience.
But if you think about it, 35 miles per hour isn't really that fast, and it only reaches those speeds on the bottommost turns. Disney even blows air on your face during the ride to give you the sensation of traveling at higher speeds.
Big Thunder Mountain is themed to Bryce Canyon National Park in Utah, and it's a fantastic ride, the wildest ride in the wilderness. First of all, one thing to point out is this coaster makes going up the lift hill almost as fun as going down. Big Thunder boasts 3 heavily themed lift hills, a cavern full of stalagmites and boiling pools, a mechanical mine lift with agitated animal animatronics, and a final dynamite explosion.
The coaster twists and turns around the tight canyons and caverns, but, like Space Mountain, does not have a major drop. And although it may sustain higher speeds, we think that the Tomorrowland ride is a bit more thrilling and scary because of the darkness aspect. Big Thunder is just super friendly. 40 miles per hour.
Now we're talking. Ka-chow! Let's go!
If you want to speed it up at 40 miles per hour on a theme park ride, you have 3 choices, and you can't go wrong with any of them.
In Disneyland proper, the fastest ride in the park is Splash Mountain, and I think you know when you hit 40 miles per hour on that ride. The big drop is a good one. Sometimes it's a lot wetter than you want it to be, but there's no denying that the 49-foot drop out of the main chute of the mountain down into the Briar Patch is completely thrilling.
Disneyland's version of this ride is unique. It has a unique shape due to the space constraints of the park, which I find fascinating. It has 3 drops throughout the ride. The only thing with this ride is there's a good chance you'll get wet, so it can be difficult to decide when you want that to happen in your Disney day. So don't forget to take your poncho.
Disney ponchos are the best. But if flying 40 miles per hour is your thing, you can burn some rubber over at Radiator Springs Racers. I can't say enough good things about this ride. It combines a fantastic Disney-friendly dark ride full of characters that everybody loves with a thrilling race around the buttes of the Cadillac Mountains. It's fun, it's thrilling, yet it's so smooth that anybody of any age can handle it. And at the same time, you get to live a fantastic moment from the Cars movies.
You know, you don't have to go straight forward to reach 40 miles per hour. You could just go straight up. Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout reaches speeds of 40 miles per hour as it flies up and down the elevator shaft.
Well, and that's what it is, a really, really fast elevator, like super fast. Personally, I love the ride, but I don't think I've ever been able to focus on whatever it is Rocket and the Guardians are doing up there on the screens. No clue, just holding on for dear life.
Yes, even though it's only 40 miles per hour, this ride is scary, and you will certainly leave the ride with your adrenaline pumping hardcore. It can certainly wake you up in the morning. On a last thought, think hard about what you eat right before this ride. 55 miles per hour.
At 55 miles per hour, the Incredicoaster is far and away the fastest ride in the Disneyland parks. And by some measurements, perhaps the hardcore roller coaster enthusiasts of the world, it might be the only full roller coaster in the park. It's a launch coaster, and the airtime when you crest the first hill is fantastic. The ride is long, fast, and smooth.
We really like the new Incredicoaster theming. Without it, it really was just a coaster, nothing particularly Disney about it at all. We think it does a good job of telling a story, considering the speed at which you view it at. However, the multiple baby Jack-Jacks at the end don't really sell the narrative as well as the rest of the effects. The soundtrack is awesome and exciting and adds a great deal to this attraction, and you can get a great picture. Keep it clean on those ride pics there, folks.
Well, folks, we made it. That's it. Those are the fastest speeds in Disneyland. And chances are, it's much faster than you're gonna go on the I-5 in the morning on the way to the park.
That's the truth.
So revel in the thrills.
Well, we doubt that you go to Disneyland for the speed, but there are probably some people in your group who do want to hit some thrill rides, and the beauty of Disneyland is that the family can enjoy the rides together. Almost all of the rides, even and especially the thrilling ones, are pretty much all ages.
We will have to do another video on the most thrilling rides, because even if they're not that fast, attractions like Soarin', Star Tours, and the absolutely terrifying, oh my gosh goodness, swinging gondolas of the Pixar Pal-Around should be celebrated.
We are headed to the parks again next week, and we'll be bringing back lots of new footage and video ideas. We will be there to bring you a great copy of the Magic Happens Parade.
See you real soon, Mousketeers!
See you real soon.